Good evening, everyone. Dr. K Tap here. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. I'm glad to be here again every day, coming to you with some insight, some something to talk about as it relates to your holistic health and well-being. And since today is Juneteenth, I thought it would be appropriate to talk about what it truly means to be free and asking the question, are you truly free? Right? Are you truly free? So, for those that don't know, Juneteenth commemorates a day of freedom for enslaved Americans. And for me, it's a great time to reflect on what I'm able to accomplish based on what my my ancestors went through. And it's a great time for you as well to really think about, right? We weren't there, but to really think about all the things that they had to sacrifice, and they didn't have a choice in most instances, depending on what the situation was, of course. But to really think about how far things have come, it's taken a while, but to see the fact that, we're able to travel, we're able to buy food, we're able to get an education, right? We're able to do all of these things freely. We're able to do so many things now. Are we taking advantage of these opportunities that our ancestors fought for? Are we really doing that on a daily basis? Because they've created a huge legacy. And are we doing the same thing for those that are to come after us, right? What are the things that we are doing to really help to raise the consciousness for the next generation? And what does that look like? How are you showing up? Anyway, getting ahead of myself here. But again, asking that question, are you truly free? And to answer that question, you have to really define what freedom means to you. And, it should really be more than just physical freedom. It really needs to be, right? It should be freedom in the relationships that we have. Do we feel stifled in our relationships? Do you feel stifled in the relationships that you have? Are you free from trauma that has happened in the past, right? In order to be free from it, I like to say the word healed, right? To figure out why it is that certain things that are happening to you now, especially if they're happening to you repeatedly, to ask the question, okay, why? It may have something to do with what happened in your past, especially in your childhood, especially before the age of 7, when there's no filter in our brains. We're just absorbing everything. And so, really reflecting on all of those things, it's so important to assess where you are now, where that's concerned. Do you feel free in your finances, right? Your financial wellness. Are you free? Are you so free that you're able to forgive, right? Are you so free that you're free from guilt, right? So, yes, there is that physical freedom that we all possess and should cherish and appreciate and remember. But we also have to think about the mental freedom, our emotional freedom as well, because all of that ties in to our health and well-being. So yes, this is a great time to celebrate, right? For those that live in the US, I do too. But it's also important for us to say, yes, we've come this far, but what are we doing now in order to elevate our freedom even more on a mental level, on a spiritual level, on a financial level, on a relational level? So you can see we still have a lot of work to do, right? There's a lot of growth that still needs to be done. But the first step is for us to be aware of the things that need to be done. right? And for everyone, it's going to look different because we're all on our own journey of healing. We're all on our own journey of thriving, right? We're all on our own journey of really creating a space, an example for those to come after us, right? Whether we're intentional about it or not, we have a footprint here that we're setting. So we need to be intentional about the steps that we're taking, really intentional. And one of the things that has really helped me remember, especially the past few days, as I'm on this journey of serving 20,000 women, is for me to push myself aside, right? It's more than just me. It's about me giving service to others. It's about me showing up like I'm doing right here on this live, to have these discussions so that you can think about things a little bit differently about your holistic health and well-being, not just in a physical way, but in all the different dimensions. That is what is very important. It is so important for us to do this because we will experience life in a different way when we're able to shift our perspective on how we see things, right? So I ask you, whenever you're watching this, what does freedom mean to you? And based on that meaning, do you really and truly feel free? Right? And if you don't, and I'm sure you want to feel free or freer, then what is it going to take for you to get there? What is that going to take? What does that look like? Are you going to get help? Are you going to phone a friend? Better yet, phone someone who is a professional who can help you. What does your support look like on this journey to more freedom? Right? What do you have to do in order to be more financially free? Right? Finances, the challenges of finances puts a really big toll on our well-being, because when there is the experience of a limited amount of finances, the experience of lack, that poses a lot of stress on the mind, the body, and the spirit. So in order to experience more freedom in finances, what are the things that you're going to have to do? We're going to have to step up and do things differently if you want to have a different experience. And how are you going to step up differently? There needs to be a plan in place. There needs to be some intentional steps that you're taking in order to get there. How are you going to move forward from the trauma so you're not rehashing, reliving things in different relationships, right? Or trauma in finances that's related to difficult relationships in the past, right? Again, everything is connected, and that is exactly what I teach. I didn't really introduce myself. So I am Dr. K Tapp. Full name is Dr. Catherine Tapper, board certified in family medicine, Mayo Clinic trained. Focus is on holistic health and wellness. So I'm a coach, I'm a speaker, and I'm an author with a book coming out later this year called You Are Greater Than Your Diagnosis. So that's my little spiel. And what I do is I help and empower high-performing, high-achieving women who are feeling that overwhelm, feeling exhausted, having just a lot of responsibilities, and helping to guide them along that path of feeling more calm and at peace, more connected and more confident in themselves, so that they glow from the inside out, showing up in the world, really thriving in their lives, business, whatever other work that they do, in their family life, in all aspects of their lives. But it starts with knowing that the power is within them, which means that the power is within you, right? It's so important. Hi, Pura Vida. So glad that you're here. Where are you hailing from? Let me know. And let me know if any of this resonates with you as well. So I'm on Instagram. I am on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I am everywhere. You can't miss me. And I'm here every day. All right. And so if you're just tuning in, we are talking about, or I'm asking you the question, are you truly free? Do you truly feel free where you are? And what is really holding you back? The question is, you are holding yourself back. That's really the simple question. Easy to say, not easy to go through, right? But admitting that we need to take more responsibility for our lives is key. I was having a discussion earlier today with someone, and we were talking about how, especially in the clinical space, working in the clinic with patients, there's some patients that don't want to take any responsibility for their health, which is mind-boggling, but at the same time, they just weren't taught that, so they don't know any better. That's where I come in to help them to see that, yes, you need to take more responsibility for your health. It's not just about coming to the clinic, me writing a prescription, and you taking that pill every day. No, there has to be a lifestyle change, right? Your life is related to your health and well-being. They are not separate. They are not separate. And so getting the understanding of the integration of health and overall life, health and the quality of life is key. And it really boils down to what you value, right? What do you value? We are conditioned to value money. We are. Yes, so-called money makes the world go round. Yes, we do need money in order to do different transactions, right? Buy food, purchase a house, purchase a car, go travel. Everything is revolving around the exchange of money. However, we have not been taught or conditioned to value our health in order to earn money. We've missed out a huge key part. And now, what we see on television or what is just publicized commonly, right, is mainly the band aid. What is the treatment for this? We're never talking about the reversal of a disease. We're not talking about the prevention of disease in the first place. It's always about fighting cancer, right? Are we talking about preventing it in the first place based on the foods that we eat and the environment in which we live? Are we using healthy cleaning agents? Are we breathing healthy purified air in our homes, or are we breathing in radon from the earth? All of these different things that we need to be more aware of and be intentional about saying, yes, I value my health, and these are the things that I need to do. But we're just not taught that. We aren't. And we take a lackadaisical phase and be okay with how things are. And it's easier to do that. It's easier to not do something than have to change what you're doing. It's easier. It's easier to put the blame on someone else. It's easier to not take responsibility for certain things. It's easier. But who is that going to affect? And who is it going to benefit when you start making the changes and really be intentional about your health and well-being? Who's going to benefit? You are, and your family, your loved ones, whoever you lead, your team. But what about when you don't do anything about it? Who is it affecting? You, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your business, your team. Do you see what I'm saying here? Are you seeing the connections that are being made? It's so important to take responsibility for your life, your well-being, where you are right now. You're absolutely right, Piravita. It is frustrating. It is frustrating with the things that are going on in the world and how we've been taught and conditioned to do certain things. If that's what you're referring to in terms of the frustration. right? And you're right, prevention is key. And so that is one of the reasons why I want to reach out to 20,000 women and more, because I'm on a mission to really break the pattern of how we're thinking about our health and well-being. We need to expand what that looks like and really value our health. Really value our health. One of the things that really hurts my heart when I see, especially, we don't know what we don't know, right? But when I see kids eating all of these processed foods, and it's making them sick. It's making them sick. Not maybe not right now, but over time, right? There's no nutrients or nutrition in those foods. And that is something that also amazes me, that the body is so resilient that it can consume all of these things. The liver does as much as it can to detox the body, right? The kidneys do as much as they can. The lymphatic system, all of them do as much as they can, right? So we don't feel the effects for a long time until we get ill. Until we get ill, and that's just that tipping point where the body's like, I can't do this anymore, right? Then we go and get the diagnosis. We see the doctor, get the labs and all of that. And now it's an uphill battle, right? We don't need that battle. We need to shift how we're thinking about things. I don't know how we reached there in our conversation, but that needed to be said. Someone needed to hear it. So that's that, right? But it goes back to, are we truly free? Truly free in our bodies, right? Or is the physical state of our bodies limiting us from doing the things that we want to do? Some people do feel trapped in their bodies, and it's an uncomfortable feeling. Some people do feel trapped in their minds as well. It's an uncomfortable feeling to feel disempowered. So how are you going to empower yourself to take the next step and feel free from the inside out? How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? What's the first step that you're going to take? Drop that into the chat. What is the first step that you're going to take to empower yourself in your health and well-being? What is that first step? Think about when you started 2024, right? Everybody has their resolutions, the goals that they have. Great time to reflect on that. Great time to reflect on all the different goals that you had, to see where are you now with them. Maybe some of those goals have changed, right? But how many of them maybe haven't accomplished all of them, depending on what those goals are, right? But did you follow through? Let me back up. Did you make a plan for those goals? Or was it just wishful thinking in a cloud above your head, and that's where it stayed? Again, you have to be honest with yourself and take responsibility. If you want to experience something differently, if you want to experience the vision that you have for your life, then you have to have a plan. Now, let me say that that plan might not go as planned. Usually it doesn't. But you have some intention to implement that plan, which is so important. So what is that for you? What is that one thing from the beginning of the year that you said, for my health and well-being, this is what I want to achieve? Have you taken those steps yet? And if you have, great. Now, have you been consistent with those steps? Those are the questions that you have to ask yourself. And then, why haven't you been? Or why have you been? So that what has kept you consistent and disciplined, you continue to do those things. But analyzing those setbacks are important. They're not, I don't even like to say they're setbacks. They're lessons. Don't like to call them failures either. They're not failures. They're not. They're just stepping stones. Think about a math problem. Think about math in general, whether you like math or not. I love math. I used to teach math to middle schoolers. Anyway, I get off topic. Right, just think about a math problem, right? Just remember those back in the day. When you were taught algebra, let's just say, and you were given the algebraic equation, did you get the answer right the first, second, third, or maybe even fourth time? No, it takes practice. Were those failures when you weren't able to get that question correct? No. When you got it wrong, it was giving you insight as to what to do differently next time. So let's stop beating up on ourselves. Let's shift how we're looking at life. How are we looking at life's challenges? They're there to challenge us, to make us grow. That means there are lessons for us to learn. So what are we doing? Complaining that they're challenges? Where's that going to get you? Or are you going to say, all right, what am I supposed to learn here? What are the steps that I need to take? Who needs to help me on this journey? Again, be honest with yourself to say, hey, I can't do this by myself. I'm getting overwhelmed. You need to be listening to yourself, your mind, body, and spirit. Like I'm feeling uncomfortable right now. Why is that? Right? Why am I procrastinating with certain things? Right? Really taking the time to reflect on those things to say, okay, I'm procrastinating. Why? And it's usually rooted in fear of some sort. And then getting the help that you need. If you're feeling stuck, you don't have to feel stuck. And that is the most important thing. I want each and every person listening to this and for you to spread the word is that the power is within you. You have to know that the way that you are feeling, living right now, there's more for you in store. And it starts from within you. You have to know that there is so much more for you to explore and experience in life. Why? You deserve it. You deserve it and you desire it, right? You have to know that you are worthy. You have to know. Yes. I love that, Pura Vida, Marina. I love that. So for you, it's passing your FNP boards next week. Nurse practitioner boards, amazing. I know you'll do well. There's no think or wish, it's a knowing. So I know that you will do well. And yes, consistency is key. I love that. I'm so happy to hear that. You said that I've been consistent with my health so I can focus on my goals. Absolutely. I'm so happy you said that because it should be in that order, right? Focusing on your health so that you can focus on your other goals. So your first goals should really be about your health so that all of that is maintained and optimized if possible so that you can really truly thrive and achieve those goals that you have. It was nice to meet you as well. Yes, we will see each other next time. Yes. I'll be here tomorrow so you can come back on. But yes, as I wrap up, I really want you to reflect on the place in which you are right now. And if you are really feeling free, freedom starts from within you. What are you holding on to for so long? Up here. You're the one holding on to it. So guess what? You're the only one that can release it. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, says Bob Marley. None but who? Ourselves can free our minds. So get the help that you need to let go of the past. Let go of the past. Let go of the trauma. Let go of unforgiveness. Let go of the guilt and shame of what happened in the past. Guess what? The past does not define you, right? It doesn't define who you are now. You learn from that, or we're supposed to learn from that, but it doesn't define who you are within. It doesn't. So whatever you need to let go of it. Easier said than done, I know. We all have to let go of things, right? But you don't have to do it alone. Get the help that you need. A guide, mentor, therapist, counselor, a support group. These are the things that are going to help you on your journey. And that's why it's so important for me, because I feel so close to helping women, because I've learned so much on my journey, helping other women to really see themselves differently. That light within them that is dimmed or not yet shining completely bright, that is what I help them to do. Glow in their wellness using a holistic approach so that they feel more calm, more connected within themselves, more confident to show up in the world as their true, authentic self. That is freeing. When you're showing up as your true self, caring less and less about what other people think, that is freedom. I am Dr. K Tap. You can follow me. You can share this replay. I am a doctor, holistic health and wellness coach, speaker, and author, here serving you and 20,000 women to really shift the perspective of how they're seeing their health and wellness so that they can glow. That's it. Feel that freedom from the inside out. Love and light to you. And if you want to really connect with yourself and feel that confidence and inner peace, send me a DM. That's it. Send me a DM. Go to my website, drktap.com. I'm about to launch my new website, but you can still sign up and get in contact with me there. Or you can email me at info@drktap.com. Get the help that you need. Connect within yourself, connect with others, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget to show up for yourself so that you can glow up in life. Love and light to you. Have a great evening.